Hello, algebra students, Mr. Laurence here, and we're going to learn another way of graphing. I first have to say I'm very proud of the job you did. Second period, you guys rocked on Friday. You totally knew what was going on. You did a great job. Very proud of you. Julia Glogi, Julia Winovich, Angela Demchak, Jojo doing nice work, Julia Lakach, Michael Gregg doing great work, Joey, Kevin, so many of you doing great work. A couple others I didn't want to leave out. I can't remember everybody, but so many of you doing really good work. Keep it up. Some of you kind of doing your old tricks. Step up like the rest of your classmates. 8th period had some people do some really good work. Chris Moyer, Jake Kolbaga, Kaylee Kleckner, Keona Tackett. All right, keep it up. And of course, 7th period we had some shining stars. Star Lord and Drax and Morgan doing good work, and Kim and Alyssa refusing to do push-ups. That's beside the point. Anyway, let's get on to this. Now, I'm not going to teach you standard form just yet. Right now, we know to graph an equation like this, we have to turn it into slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. In other words, we have to get the y alone, right? Now, if I was to get the y alone, the first thing I would do is I would listen to Saddam. I want to undo subtraction and addition before I undo division and multiplication. So I'm going to subtract the 2x from both sides, because 2x is attached to the y by addition, not because of this plus, but because it's a positive 2, right? This should be old school. So then 4y is going to equal 8 minus 2x, and then to get the y alone, I'm going to divide by 4. Now, it's really good skill to be able to do this. It is a little bit of work. The standard form that I'm going to teach you will be a little bit quicker, but I wanted to run through this. And so now I know I'm in slope-intercept form because y is alone. If I want to, I can rewrite these two terms as negative 1/2 x plus 2. Okay, that might be easier to see. Remember, the signs have to move with the terms. But I don't have to. I can know that this is my y-intercept, and so my y-intercept must be occurring at 0, 2. I'll plot that point right there. And then my slope is the coefficient on x. So my slope is negative 1/2. Now remember, I can do rise of negative 1, run 2. Rise negative 1, run 2. Or I could use a slope of 1 over negative 2. Rise 1, run negative 2, and I will get the same thing. There we go. So my line is going to look something like that. Now, that's a lot of work. It is. It's not hard. It's a lot of work. It is an important skill to know how to manipulate that equation like I did. Some of you need some practice with that, but I'm going to show you a new way to do this called graphing from standard form. Now, standard form looks like this. AX plus BY equals C. A and B are coefficients. They are not variables. They're the numbers in front of X, and C is the constant. It doesn't have a variable. By the way, A must be positive. It must be greater than 0. So I think my equation was 2x plus 4y equals 8. All right? When I'm in standard form, I love to find the x-intercept. First thing, I find an x-intercept. What's true about every single point on the x-axis? The y-coordinate is 0. So my x-intercept is going to be some number 0. I'm going to plug 0 in for y. I'm going to go 2x plus 4, and instead of writing y, I'm going to put a 0 in there. Now, 4 times 0 is 0. 2x plus 0 is 2x. So my equation becomes 2x equals 8. I'll divide by 2, and x is going to equal 4. So I'm suggesting that the x-intercept is 4, 0. And look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 0 right there. There's my x-intercept. Now, I know you knew that, but next time I go to do one, I'm not going to go to slope-intercept form first and then graph. I'm going to go right to these methods of finding the x-intercept. I can also find the y-intercept pretty easily. The y-intercept. And the y-intercept is going to be 0, some number. So I'm going to plug 0 in for x to get the y-intercept. So I'm going to go 2 plus 4y equals 8. And I'm going to put 0 in for x. 2 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 4y is 4y. 4y is going to equal 8. I'll divide by 4. and y is going to equal 2. Look at that, 0, 2 right there. I found the y-intercept. Oh, that doesn't look like 0, 2. Hold on a second. 0, 2. That looks a little better. So I found the x-intercept and the y-intercept. Now here's a really cool thing. Really cool thing. I'm in this thing called standard form, right? Now let me just identify here A, B, and C. A is going to equal 2, right? See the 2 there in A's position? B is going to equal 4. And then C is 8. The slope of this line can be found by doing the negative of A over B. It simplifies to negative 1/2. And look, if I go down 1 and right 2, down 1, right 2, I hit the line. Okay? So let me go over this again real quick. To get the x-intercept, okay, make y equal to 0 and solve for x. To get the y-intercept, we make x equals 0 and solve. Oop, that's a mistake up there. Sorry. It's solve for y. No, it's solve for x. I said that right. Okay. And so to make the y-intercept, we make the x equals 0 and solve for y. To get the slope, we just do the negative of a over b. So let's see how this works. All right. I've got this equation. First of all, is it in standard form? ax plus by equals c. All right, so it is. Okay, so I'm going to go find the x-intercept first. So the x-intercept, that's where I plug 0 in for y. I go 3x times, minus 4 times 0 equals 12. So 3x is going to, this turns to 0, is going to equal 12. I'll divide by 3, and x is going to equal 4. So the x-intercept is happening at the point 4, 0. Okay, now I can go ahead and plot that point if you like. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4, 0. It's just a coincidence that I got the same x-intercept as I did on the last problem. To get the y-intercept, this is where I make x equal to 0. So I'm going to go 3 times 0 minus 4y equals 12. Well, this turns to 0, so I have negative 4y equals 12. And divide by negative 4, divide by negative 4. And so y is going to equal negative 3. All right. So my y-intercept occurs at 0, negative 3. So I go 1, 2, 3. 0, negative 3. By the way, I could draw the line right now if I wanted to. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and find my slope, though. I'm going to go ahead and find my slope. Now remember, a is going to equal 3, b is negative 4, and c is, 12 in this problem? Okay. And my slope, to get my slope, I'm going to do the negative of a over b, which will equal 3/4. Now, just watch this. Look. From the green point, 1, 2, 3, rise 3, run 1, 2, 3, 4, 3/4. I can draw my line. So, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Pretty simple stuff. Pretty simple. Okay, let's go to the next one. Again, oh, this one's not in standard form, is it? Because it's not ax plus by equals c. It's ax equals by plus c. We need ax plus by equals c. So I'm going to move this 2y. How am I going to move it? I'm going to take 2y away from both sides. And so my equation now becomes 5x minus 2y, and that equals 6. Now wait a minute, Mr. Lawrence, didn't you say it had to be a plus? Yeah, but it could be plus a negative or just a minus. So this is okay. So in this case, A is 5, B is -2, and C is 6. All right, so let's go find the x-intercept. Ooh, the x-intercept's going to be a little bit ugly. Yeah, I'm going to go 5x minus 2 times 0 equals 6. 5x is going to equal 6. Ooh, I don't like working with 6 fixed. I'll leave it there, but I'm not going to plot it. I'm going to go find the y-intercept instead. So I'm going to go 5 times 0. This is for the y-intercept, sorry. Y-intercept, 5 times 0 minus 2y equals 6. Those are going to cancel. -2y is going to equal 6. Divide by -2. Y is going to equal -3. So 1, 2, 3, there we go. 0, -3, oh, -3. Should be a -3 there. Sorry about that. Now to get my slope, I'm going to take the negative of A over B. Well, the negative of A is -5, B is -2, that's going to equal 5 over 2. So I'm going to rise 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and run 1, 2. And then I could do it again. I could rise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, run 1, 2. And there you go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Yeah. All right. There you go. All right. So, one more sample. Uh-oh, we're not in standard form. So, I think I'm going to subtract 7x from both sides because I want the x and y to be on the same side. When I do that, I get -7x plus 3y equals -21. But it's not in standard form because a is not positive. Remember that? So I'm going to divide by -1 on all three terms. And I'll get 7x minus 3y equals 21. And now I'm in standard form. So I can find my x-intercept. And that will be 7x minus 3 times 0 equals 21. So 7x is going to equal 21. Divide by 7, divide by 7. X is going to equal 3. So my x-intercept is at 1, 2, 3, 0. Okay, I just plugged 0 in for y and I solved the equation for x. Now I'll go looking for my y-intercept. So I'm going to have 7 times 0 minus 3y equals 21. Well, that's going to turn to 0. -3y is going to equal 21. I'll divide by -3, divide by -3, and y is going to equal -7. So my y-intercept is 0, -7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right there. I could draw the line if I want, but I'll go ahead and find the slope. My slope is going to be the negative of a over b. The equation is 7x minus 3y equals 21. So I take the negative of 7 over -3, which equals positive 7/3. And if I want to get a third point, I could count from this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. And there you go. All right, so my line will look something like that. This is really easy stuff, ladies and gentlemen. You just got to incorporate the things that we've been learning. Okay, let's do a little video quiz here. All right, so we're going to do a video quiz. Your job is to graph this one problem. Graph 3x minus 5y equals 15 using standard form. So I want to see the x-intercept, find the x-intercept for me. That's where you plug 0 in for y and solve for x. I want to see the y-intercept. That's where you plug 0 in for x and solve for y. And I also want to see the slope. Okay, and actually make the graph on graph paper. All right, Mr. Laurence signing off. Have a good night, everybody.